When you walk away, you might think it won't make a difference, but think again. The moment you stop chasing, stop calling, and stop checking in, something shifts. The silence you leave behind isn't just empty, it's deafening. And suddenly, she's forced to confront a reality she never expected. At first, she feels nothing, maybe even relief. She tells herself you'll text soon, that this is just another cycle where she pulls away and you come running. She's used to knowing exactly where she stands, confident that no matter what happens, you'll always be there. But then a few days pass. A week. She checks her phone, still nothing. The certainty she once had starts to slip. At first, she thinks you're just being stubborn. She assumes it's a game, that you'll give in soon. But then, she notices something different. You're not watching her stories. You're not liking her posts. That's when a new thought creeps in. What if he's actually moving on? That thought? It changes everything. Women crave certainty. When she knew you were always available, she didn't have to question anything. But now, that certainty is gone. And when a woman starts wondering, she starts feeling. She starts checking your last scene, scrolling through old messages, replaying memories she once brushed aside. At first, she tells herself it's just curiosity. But then, curiosity turns into a need for answers. And before she realizes it, she's chasing the very thing she once took for granted. At first, she pretends she doesn't care. Maybe she posts pictures to show she's living her best life, acting unbothered. But inside, something is shifting. Women don't feel regret instantly, it builds over time. First, it's indifference. Then uncertainty. Then that creeping feeling that maybe she made the wrong choice. And when she finally allows herself to feel your absence, that's when it really hits. She starts to miss the way you made her laugh, the way you were always there. She might try to distract herself, going out, meeting new people, but nothing feels the same. And then, the realization sinks in, she took you for granted. This is where most men go wrong. They sense that she's missing them, and they rush back in. But the second she sees you waiting, she loses interest again. That's because attraction grows in space, not in presence. When you ignore a woman, you give her room to remember the good times, to feel the loss, to wonder if she made a mistake. But if you break the silence too soon, she regains the power, and the cycle resets. And then, when she finally reaches out, because she will, it's not random. It's a test. A hey out of nowhere. An accidental like. A sudden mention of an inside joke. She wants to see if you'll react, if she still has that hold over you. If you jump at the bait, she wins. But if you stay calm, collected, and let her put in the effort, that's when she really starts chasing. There's nothing more unsettling to a woman than realizing she's been replaced. At first, she tells herself you're just playing a game, that you'll get bored. But as time passes and she sees no sign of you, fear sets in. Fear that another woman has taken her place. Fear that she wasn't as special as she thought. And the worst fear of all? That she lost you for good. Absence does something presence never can, it forces a woman to feel. Men think women bond through time spent together, but in reality, they bond deeper through loss. When you were always there, she didn't have to appreciate you. Now, you're a mystery. Now, she's remembering every little thing about you. And those memories? They aren't just thoughts anymore, they're feelings. But here's the mistake most men make. They assume that if a woman misses them, she automatically wants them back. That's not how it works. A woman can miss your presence without truly valuing you. She can miss the way you made her feel without respecting you. And if you come back too soon, you erase all the progress. Missing you isn't enough, she has to feel the full consequence of losing you. This is why time is your greatest advantage. Most men panic when they don't hear from her, assuming she's moved on. But high-value men understand that time works in their favor. The longer the silence, the more she wonders. The more she wonders, the more she starts to overthink. And that overthinking? That's what creates obsession. The moment she realizes she lost you forever doesn't happen overnight. At first, she convinces herself you'll come back. Then she notices the silence. Then she starts questioning herself. And then, when she sees that you've truly moved on, that's when regret hits the hardest. Suddenly, she's not in control anymore. Suddenly, she's the one feeling powerless. And that's where everything shifts. Power in relationships isn't about who cares less, it's about who has control over their emotions. Most men give away that power by overanalyzing, overreacting, and showing too much neediness. But when you walk away, that's when the power flips. She starts wondering why you haven't reached out, questioning her own importance in your life. And once a woman starts feeling uncertain about where she stands with you, everything changes. Most men think they attract women by always being there. But real attraction grows in distance. When a woman doesn't know what you're thinking, when she doesn't know if she still has you, that's when she starts wanting you more. Because now, you're not just familiar, you're a challenge. Women don't truly fear rejection. What they fear is losing a man they can't replace. When you walk away, it's not about playing games, it's about showing that you were the prize all along. And when she realizes that, that's when the regret sets in. That's when she starts thinking, what if I never find someone like him again? But here's the ultimate truth. The strongest move you can make isn't waiting for her to miss you. It's moving on without needing her to come back. Because if you need her reaction to feel validated, you're still giving her power. But when you truly move forward, when you start living, thriving, and becoming better without her, that's when she feels the full weight of her mistake. You've already won the moment you stop waiting.